Hello and welcome to Kohi Beans podcast. We're a roundtable podcast where we talk about anime and everything anime and manga. Welcome. We're here Tuesdays and Saturdays.
Hi,
This is Alina
this is Josh.
and we're back. So today, well, that's kind of our introduction, huh?
Yeah, let's save it for when we get to the main topic.
Mhm. All right. So today's free talk. What do you want to talk about?
I don't know. Have we done anything significant related to anime?
Well, we did finish the season. Oh, but first, let's talk about a few small polls I ran on our Twitter account.
Mhm.
I asked about the overrated animes, and you can only put down 4 choices. So I put My Hero Academia, Re:Zero, One Punch Man, and Steins Gate, since we touched upon all of them last episode. And Re:Zero won. But Steins Gate got no votes, so I don't know if they don't know it or if people actually think it's that good.
I'm not surprised either way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think nobody would vote Steins Gate as overrated except for me.
Damn.
And yeah, it was either going to be Re:Zero or My Hero Academia. There was no other option there.
Well, My Hero Academia did come a little close. And, all right. And so, season ended this week. The current anime season.
If you're watching anything.
Yeah, that's true. We did not end up watching a lot, but we did finish SAO.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts about it?
SAO.
Let's talk about
okay.
this whole season of SAO.
It was a roller coaster ride, that's for sure.
Mhm.
Enjoying it up until the last maybe 5 or 6 episodes, and it all went to shit. This last episode, it wasn't the worst, but it definitely didn't redeem the series in any way.
That's true. Yeah, it was good in the beginning of the season, but ever since it came back from the pandemic, it was just kind of downhill.
Yeah, I just suggest you watch it on your own if you care at all.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah. They still got those weird, slightly like raunchy moments too.
Mm-hmm.
Unnecessary. But the last episode was alright, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Some future, potential. But they're going to go into the progressive season, so we'll see how that goes.
Yay,
Mhm.
progressive season.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. Also, the Millionaire's Detective. I was about to say the Kame Daisuke anime, but
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
what it is. It's the Kame Daisuke anime.
So according to some other reviews I saw, they left a lot of the potential unanswered. Apparently, I heard it was an okay ending, but it didn't really talk about much in depth.
If you don't know anything about this show, it's just a James Bond anime style. But it's kind of it doesn't hit that right level of cheesiness that I would like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so after a few episodes, it just kind of got, I don't know, repetitive kind of, or it didn't really go anywhere other than we're solving one mystery at a time and developing tiny details about Kame Daisuke, the James Bond wannabe.
Mm-hmm. And the protagonist.
Barely.
All right. Well, we kind of got that in the episode 4 or 5. That's kind of where we stopped watching.
Yeah, that's when I was over it for sure.
I mean, I'm kind of interested. I might just watch it just to see how it really ended up kind of lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
But do you think they might do a season 2?
No.
No?
I think they're really hoping for it, but they got screwed by COVID.
You think?
Yeah.
I mean, couldn't they just have, followed the same plot? You think they changed it?
I'm just saying their timing. People stopped paying attention to the show when it had to be canceled for a few weeks.
Mhm.
All the spotlight moved already.
I guess, but I still see it occasionally on my social media feed, so
I see virtually nothing.
I don't know. It depends. But in terms of being a James Bond series, it's kind of focusing on a different guy that's not James Bond, though. Is that how the movies usually go?
What do you mean?
You said a James Bond movie theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in this anime, the focus is on the main playing guy.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Half of it is. They're supposed to be buddy cops.
Okay, it's like The Great Gatsby. Would you say the protagonist is the main character of The Great Gatsby?
Yeah.
What?
I mean,
Nick?
you can have more
You
than
think
one
Nick-
protagonist.
You think You think Nick is okay? Not, I wouldn't say I didn't even go as far as protagonist. They're the protagonist, sure, but you said they're like the highlight or whatever.
I didn't say highlight, but okay, I see.
Okay.
Then yeah, I guess Nick is like the narrator of The Great Gatsby.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with Nick's role at all. It has nothing to do with how Nick is doing. It has everything to do with how he's seeing a rich guy do something.
Okay. I guess I could see that. Well, we'll have to actually watch it to give more thought to it, but
Nah,
yeah.
We're not watching that again.
What? Okay, I'm down to watch it.
No.
If you've seen it, let me know if it's worthwhile to watch. Oh my god, don't be so mean. I want to see why
it fizzled out.
People were interested in it.
It fizzled out with that weird episode with the old ladies on the train.
I thought the last episode was a little more interesting.
What was the last episode?
The one where he's stuck with the bomb with the political leader.
You saw one picture about it.
What do you mean? We watched it.
We didn't watch it.
We watched it. Yeah.
Yeah, we did watch it.
Oh my god.
I thought you meant you were talking about it like earlier today, weren't you?
No.
Millionaire Detective?
Yeah.
Oh.
I wasn't.
Okay, I'm tripping.
Oh no, you're tripping. No, I'm talking about the episode where he gets locked in a room with a political leader and the security guard guy, and he doesn't get the access that he usually gets to solve everything in the previous episodes.
I mean, it did end on a cliffhanger, but it clearly wasn't enough for us to care.
Well, I'll go back into it later. All right.
Daisuke.
All right. Any other thoughts?
Yeah, I had a dream about cosplay.
You did?
Yeah, okay. I didn't tell you that part.
What happened?
Because I just remembered how it happened. I had a badass cosplay.
Well, who are you cosplaying as?
I was Claude from Fire Emblem.
All right, I think Claude has one of the better outfits.
Brown
in Fire
boys.
Emblem. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
You were just impressed. That was the whole. That was the whole dream. You were like, dang. I even got the sideburns right. It was his like second, you know, the time skip. It was the time skip version, and I had a sick
That's so
sideburns.
funny. Did you have your hair slicked back and all that?
I did, and I had it the perfect color, and it was like completely like meticulously shaped.
I would be super impressed if you ever cosplayed at that level.
Yeah, I forgot I had that dream until we started talking right now.
Interesting. Was anyone else cosplaying?
No, actually.
It was just you.
You took a picture.
I posted it on social media.
You posted it on Facebook, and people were like, "What about Josh? What happened?" And you're like, "That is him." That's how good the cosplay was. Like people on social media thought it wasn't me in my dream.
I see. I mean, your last cosplay, I also took a picture and uploaded it for you. So
this is true. What was my last cosplay?
Persona 5.
I don't know what I prefer that guy's name to be. He has two names, right?
Yeah.
What's the first one?
Akira. Kurosu Akira?
And what's the second one?
Isn't it like Amagami Ren?
I think I like the second one. Amamiya.
Really? Oh, okay.
Amamiya.
Yeah, some people say they like that, but it came later, so I like the first one more.
Really?
It also sounds a little more edgy, and it's Persona, so it has to be.
I like Amamiya.
I guess. I heard it thematically, it kind of fits more. But I think the sound of the first
one's
one,
too edgy.
But like Persona 5 is like black, white, and red, like colors. Is that not edgy?
I mean, Persona's edgy, but a name can be not edgy.
I guess. But they always have two names for Persona protagonists, so you can go with either one. Or both if you mix matches.
Just mix.
That's gross. No.
What would it be if you mixed one with the other one?
Was it
Amamiya?
Amamiya Akira?
Amamiya Akira?
Or like Kurosu Ren. He needs an unassuming name like Ash Ketchum.
Yeah, Ash Ketchup.
That would be perfect.
The ultimate condiment. Actually, you know, I think in my dream there was also a Brock.
A Brock?
From Poe, yeah.
But he doesn't fit with Claude.
I wasn't Brock, but we were in a convention at first. And I think I saw him in the back.
And you really like this one Brock.
Yeah.
I mean, at a convention, there's like 20 million cosplayers around.
Okay, well, it was me as Claude and a Brock in the background. That was the whole convention.
I see.
The whole shebang.
And like in one photo.
Yeah.
Wow.
One single
Brown
photo.
boys.
That was a good dream.
But I do like Ash Ketchum. Unassuming name. Do you think the next Persona protagonist will have a very unassuming name?
Yeah. Bob Miller.
Oh God, no.
Yeah. They're an exchange student from Texas.
From Texas?
Yeah.
Howdy.
Boy.
Well, that Texan accent
Yeah.
for Japanese. Oh God. I can feel it like nails on a chalkboard now. All right.
These dang old Persona.
Catch some of them. No. All right. Well, shall we move on to our main topic? Oh, if he gets the window seat, he's screwed.
If he gets the window seat, he's screwed.
Yeah, you always get the window seat if you're a protagonist.
You're right.
It's because they can't bother to draw everyone else around you.
Oh, is that really why?
Yeah. They're not going to bother drawing the whole classroom if they can just draw like a wall and like one or two people next to you.
Wall senpai.
Wall senpai.
I've always been next to you.
Chair senpai. Has always supported me.
Window-chan.
I always loved looking through your eyes.
Oh God. Your pains are like the eyes to your window soul.
All right, should we move on to the main topic now, or do you have more?
Nah, let's go.
Hachiman upgraded to window seat for his last year after Climax's story.
This is talking about the show that you don't know anything about.
I don't know about.
Oregairu.
Oh, didn't it finish season 3? Actually, I heard it was pretty good.
Yeah.
Only problem being I don't know anything about Oregairu.
I just don't care enough.
I see, but all of our other friends really care about it.
I know.
But they said
I don't know.
They said it was a good ending.
I can't get back into it. Like, I feel like I buried my feelings for that show in high school. Like,
all right.
I watched the first season in high school. I was like, this is amazing. And then after college, it was just like, woo, like, do I really like this show? I guess not. Like, I got over the characters.
What was the selling point or the plot of Oregairu?
The plot is like Hachiman is like a loner guy who joins a club
novel?
to help. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's why the damn title is so long.
It is?
Yeah.
Wait, is this the one where it's like my little sister's this cute?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, no. Oh God,
Okay.
no. That's so far.
Okay.
Those are two very
all right,
different
give me
things.
the actual plot.
Okay. So this loser guy is in a club with 2 girls, and their entire club is to help people solve their problems.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and one of the girls is super antisocial, and the other girl is super social. And it's like about their romantic encounters over their years in high school.
This love
Like
triangle?
this trio. It's like a does she, doesn't she?
I see. And he's like in the middle between social and antisocial.
Yeah, the thing.
He's the straight man of this season.
Yeah, he kind of is. There's like this like weird tropey thing with him where he can only solve problems by causing himself pain, or like being the fall guy in some problem. So like if the problem is like, oh, this girl doesn't like herself or something, then he's gonna like do something to make it his fault. Like he's gonna make fun of her, and all of a sudden all of her friends are gonna support her and make her feel better, and then he's gonna take all the blame, and then he'll be like, I solved the problem, didn't I? I'm Hachiman. Yeah,
I see.
yeah, it got old eventually.
It's like his trick is done too often. They repeated it too much.
I'm sure it mellowed out, but
okay.
Personally, it wasn't enough. Like I did give the second season a shot, but it didn't vibe with me.
That's fair. I mean,
Yeah,
is it Gen like size? Gen?
I don't know. The amount of time between seasons really killed it for a lot of people. You're damn right. Between season 1 and season 2, like so much stuff happened in real life. Like, yeah.
Wait, how many years was it? 4?
Maybe 2, 3.
Oh, okay. 3 is a little long, I guess.
No, it could have been even longer, actually. We'll have to check that later.
Okay, but
Yeah.
that is a little too bad.
Yeah, but the time between the first and second season, that's a killer.
But they got season 3 and it just ended, so it still seems popular enough.
Yeah, it's popular enough. Also, they do this like this is just like a mild nitpick, but I hate their naming convention in the show. Their first name is always somewhere in their last name.
Okay.
So Yui,
So it's like a
Yui
pun?
Gahama. That's her full name.
Oh, I see.
So there's Yui, and then there's Yukino Shita.
Oh.
Yukino. And I'm like, nobody does that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if I was Rock Roke. Or like, I don't know.
Uh-huh. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But that's just like a quirk for that series. Right? Every series kind of has their own naming sense.
Yeah, it's just a nitpick. I mean, it's nothing you can really fault it for.
Although
Of the many things you can fault it for, that's not one of them.
That's true. Although there's some series where I appreciate it when the writer's like, I picked the names based on what I think a parent would name their child. And I'm like, thanks for keeping it real, not some weird cringy pun name. Which is fine, Some series, I'm like, yeah, they got a theme. What about Ben Tennyson?
Ben Tennyson, though. You're right. Ben 10?
His name is Ben Tennyson?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I don't remember that.
And then his best friend is named Kevin Levin, and he can
Become 11
different things.
Wow.
Kevin Levin? No?
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it when, like in Hero Academia, and all their names perfectly correspond with their quirks. And I'm like, yes, your parents totally foresaw this whenever they named you. It's like perfect naming sense.
My friend told me that in Persona 4, Yosuke is voiced by Ben 10.
What? That's why I said he was voiced by
Sasuke.
Yeah.
I think there might be the same person.
Oh shit.
Somebody was definitely named Ben, voiced by Ben 10 in Persona 4.
I
the English dub.
Is it not like
they can't
kanji?
speak Ben 10 cannot Nihongo.
Not Nihongo.
I really doubt it, at least. Yeah.
I bet it's not Yosuke though. Unless Yosuke is Ben 10 and Sasuke.
Wouldn't that just be the best?
But I can't.
Well,
I can't remember
hold
Ben
on.
10.
It was Ben 10 not as a kid. I think it was Ben 10 in the time skip.
There's a time skip in Ben 10.
Yeah. They have their teenage
that's
years.
a lot more believable because I was like little kid versus like he's probably 10. I'm assuming.
I mean, Sasuke was 10.
He was like 12.
12, whatever.
I mean, yeah, it's barely.
He still wore shorts.
Yeah, but like doesn't what the fuck?
That should be a TV trope or like an anime trope. Kids wear shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And adults wear pants.
Adults wear pants.
I want to see an adult wearing shorts.
Right? In anime, who'da thunk?
Mm-hmm. It has to be a guy though. All the female ones still wear shorts.
Yeah, cargos too.
Yeah, cargos. It
Cargo
has to be in like an adult wearing cargo
Utila shorts.
Yeah. Little Boy Scout.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel it. Feeling it like a Pokemon.
All right. Well, let's kind of go into our main topic today, which is about anime origins, or how we started in anime, how you started in anime. Just, get to know each other a little better. So, what was your first anime experience?
My first anime experience? Well, I don't know. It's probably Pokemon. Like, one of my earliest memories was begging for a VHS of the Pokemon episode where a bunch of Pikachu show up.
Okay.
And yeah, Ash thinks like, maybe I should just leave Pikachu here and it'll be happy.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that was the only VHS of Pokemon that I could find inside of the video store, inside of the Albertsons supermarket. And we would always go there after getting groceries. And my dad would usually pick like an action movie, and I would be just being like hugging onto his leg like, please, father, the Pokemon.
So like James.
Yeah.
Wait, you have a video store inside your Albertsons?
I mean, when I was a kid, when I was like
Well,
5.
yeah, when Albertsons was still like alive and didn't become like
Albertsons is a thing still.
It is?
Yeah.
I thought they died.
No, I didn't die.
Wait, I'm getting confused with like Longstrugs, but that became CVS.
Longstrugs is still a thing too.
It became CVS.
Unless you're in a different place.
I don't know. Okay.
In Hawaii, it's still Longstrugs.
Oh, wow. I thought they got bought out.
You know, it's like Carl's Jr. and then
Carl's.
what? Huh?
I just imagine Carl's like a company buys a company and renames it Carl's Jr.
Oh God, I thought you knew something that I didn't.
No.
Like, oh, we up here in Northern California, we call it Carl's.
I should have faked that.
What was it called? In the East Coast, it's not called Carl's Jr. Hardee's. It's called Hardee's.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, we have another comment. He tends to want to leave his Pokemon with others of the same kind. That is true. He hasn't really done that past the first season, though.
He tends to want to leave his Pokemon with others of the same kind.
I mean,
what were we talking about?
We were talking about how you wanted the Pokemon VHS.
Right. The Pokemon VHS.
That's true. I mean, it's fair. I think you should leave them with the same kind, assuming, like Butterfree. That makes sense if they're going to migrate. Charizard just needed to level up.
Bulbasaur? Actually, he kept Bulbasaur.
Yeah, he did, right?
Yeah. Bulbasaur has never... He helps take care of the Pokemon with Professor Oak.
Oh, that's
because he's such a mom. Bulbasaur.
What about Squirtle? Did he go back to the squad?
Yeah, he always goes back to the Squirtle squad. And then when Ash needs him, he uses his paid days off.
His vacation hours.
Yeah, he uses his vacation days. He's like, listen, I gotta go help my old trainer. Squirt later.
Charizard shows up, you said, every season?
Not every season, but quite frequently, more than like Bulbasaur and Squirtle.
Rough.
Yeah.
He has a favorite. Actually, Charizard is the one that evolved all the way, so...
Yeah.
Muck is underrated, boy.
Oh, yeah. Muck's win-loss ratio, let me tell you.
Oh my god.
It's pretty damn bad.
Bad?
It's terrible.
Worse than Lapras?
Oh, no. Lapras literally has 0 wins. I think Muck actually might have 0 wins, too.
Yeah, but we see Muck with Professor Oak all the time. Whenever he calls, and then Muck is always there.
Yeah.
Well, because he tackles Professor Oak. All right. So, did you ever get that VHS of the Pikachu episode?
Oh, the Pikachu episode once. Yeah.
Wait, was it for rental or like permanent?
It's for rental.
Oh,
so
for rent. Okay.
I think
it killed a Bellsprout.
Oh yeah, it did stomp that Bellsprout though.
I mean, it is a bunch of mud.
About the VHS. So I believe there's 2 episodes on each VHS. So I finished it like basically the moment I took it home and I put it in the VCR player. I watched 2 episodes of Pokemon, and then the next week I like begged my dad to get it again. Because it was the only one. It was the only Pokemon they had. Actually, they had some Digimon, and like even as my kid self, I was like, "Fuck that!"
Damn.
So I left it in the video store. Sorry, I'm slaughtered, disqualified after they couldn't recover the body. He did get straight up slaughtered. The Bellsprout. The
Bellsprout. Yeah. I just imagine dumping like a bucket of dirt onto like a weed, and I'm like, farewell. It's so sad and like stomping on it.
Yeah, you know, remember that scene in a Toy Story where Andy like pulls out Woody and he's like, I don't want to play with you anymore.
Damn.
It's like that, but it's Bellsprout, and it's being put into a muck.
Damn. Little compost pile.
Yeah.
Here, Muck.
A little recycle bin muck.
Ouch. So you never watched Pokemon like on TV? As a kid? I mean, really early?
You know, the TVs were in high demand in my house. There's like 6 people. All being like, oh my god, let me have some TV time. But you have a
TV in every room.
Not at that point.
Okay, that's true.
We had 3 CRTs. Yeah. And only 2 of them connected to the cable. I mean, eventually I was able to watch Pokemon on TV. And I watched it all the way up until like end of Diamond and Pearl.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's way farther than me.
I was in for the long haul. Yeah.
None of your siblings wanted to watch it with you?
No, they were all too old at that point.
Oh, okay. I guess that's fair.
Yeah, but I was definitely... Pokemon's definitely one of the anime origins out there. Code Lyoko. I wanted to talk about Code Lyoko. That's like not even an anime, but...
It's like a French anime.
It's like a gateway anime.
Or very influential.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. They really like anime in France.
Yeah. If anime is like hard drugs, Code Lyoko was like weed.
All right, how's it weed?
Yeah. Okay, so
Tell me.
Gateway drug. Weed. they call weed the gateway drug. Like it's not particularly hard of a drug, but it introduces you to stuff that's harder over time. So Code Lyoko is the weed of anime. Like
For you.
people are like, oh man, what's that shit? And they're like, oh, it looks kind of funny. It smells kind of weird too. And then you try Code Lyoko, and then you're like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Code Lyoko will remember all. And then you're like, is there more? Is there more stuff like this out there in the world?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then boom, you're stuck. You're making an anime podcast on Twitch.
I can't believe that was your gateway into anime, your bridge.
Aelita.
Yeah, I know. I remember a lot of shit from Code Lyoko.
Yeah, exactly. Code Lyoko, it was literally, it's a big introduction for like a lot of people into like animation.
Mm-hmm. If you haven't seen it, well, maybe it's not so good now, but it was pretty cool back then with like half animation, half CG fight scenes.
Did you say cool? Did you say cool and CG in the same sentence?
Back like 10 years ago when it came out.
All right, it was kind of sick when they went into the game world. When I was like a kid.
Mm-hmm. Could have been My Little Pony if you watched other channels.
My Little Pony.
Please don't be a brony. I remember when I was like 4? I had like a little My Little Pony and I like drowned that in the bathtub.
What the fuck?
It was like a really, I think my mom got it like at a garage sale, but it was just like another random toy, and like you can like pop off the head like with Barbie dolls and stuff like that. And I remember as a kid,
What? You popped the head off of your My Little Pony?
And no, like it's really easy to come off.
And also off. Drowned it in the bathtub?
Not drowned it. I'd play with it in the bathtub, but like I just remember.
Okay, then
I was never interested in My Little Pony.
Your pony has water breathing for sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Code Lyoko is a gateway to other animated stuff. You'll eventually walk into Japan without really knowing about it. Like you're like, oh, Code Lyoko's from Canada, and all of a sudden you're watching like Naruto.
Wait, is it from like Quebec?
Yeah.
Okay, Quebec, Canada. Yeah, because I was like
Canadian.
Yeah, I was like, I remember seeing it in French for a while.
Oh, it might have been in French. It might have been France first, but as far as I'm concerned, it's Canadian.
All right. Yeah.
For now. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then. What else? Oh, Sonic X.
Anime?
Yeah, it's a Japanese animation, and then like they dubbed it for kids WB.
Wow, I don't remember that, but okay.
What? Maybe it was a little early. Maybe you caught only Jackie Chan Adventures at like 11.
On Saturday?
Sonic came out at like 10. You had to be on Sunday. Sunday cartoons. Kids WB. You had to be up at like 9 or 10 to catch Sonic X. And then Shaolin Showdown would be like noonish.
Was it because you had to go to church and so you would be up?
No.
Oh, you just woke up with that?
I was like, oh man, cartoons. You never woke up for cartoons?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you watch?
But on Saturday, I had to go to Chinese school, so I couldn't watch anything on Saturdays. I watched stuff on Sundays, and I think that's my anime origin. Fortunately, I don't remember what was on Saturdays except for Kenshin, which is kind of unfortunate because the author.
Is that your anime origin?
Maybe. My brother and surprisingly my sister, we all watched that and read that series. And that's like the first and only anime I know my sister to have actually read. But no, my brother is a big anime fan.
To have read.
Oh God, I said anime. Manga. Yes. My brother is an anime fan though, so like half of it's from him. But Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh! But I didn't recognize those as anime until later. I just thought they were cartoons, you know? But I guess after that, you know, all the typical ones on TV, Naruto is still my official first anime that like I count as anime. Yeah, I still remember I saw Naruto English dub and I was like, oh, this looks kind of cool. There's like action. There's like Japanese, like Asian stuff. I got kind of excited about that. I was like, wow, Asian stuff. When I never realized they had like rice balls and like Pokemon and all
jelly
that.
donuts?
A jelly donut, yeah.
Those are jelly donuts.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I was like, wow, like an Asian cartoon. And I like went over to my brother and I was like, look, there's like an Asian cartoon on TV. And he was like, yeah, dummy, that's anime. I was like,
He said it like that. He said it in.
He looked at me and he was like, "That's anime," and I was like,
anime.
"What's anime?" And he's like, "You dummy!" And then I googled it, and then I was like, "Wow!" And then I found out Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh, and everything else I watched was anime.
That's how he said it. He was like, "That's anime."
That's anime.
Baka.
Yeah, basically.
Baka Imoto.
He was already in his Chuny phase.
Ew.
Before I knew what Chuny ever was.
Oh, the tunes.
Yeah.
You ever go through Chuny stuff?
No.
Oh.
I'm better than that.
I had a little Chuny moment myself.
You have a lot of Chuny moments.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't just go over it softly.
I've
like
worn
that.
many Hokage
You've
robes
gotten a lot, yeah.
in my time. Okay, but I never put on gloves or anything, or straightened my hair, like colored my hair.
No, but my brother colored his hair before.
My brother colored his hair.
A little bit. He tried to bleach it, but it somehow failed because Asian hair. And it went from black to brown to silver to orange at the tip.
Maybe the peak of my Chuny moment is when my dad made me a keyblade out of wood. He finished building a fence, and he had extra wood, and I was like, "Hey, Dad,
Keyblade.
you want to?" Yeah, I was like, "Can you make a keyblade?"
Father,
and he was like,
a keyblade,
"Let me see
please."
this shit." And I showed him a picture, and he looked at it, and he was like, "All right."
He wanted to flex on you.
Yeah, I mean,
and then tell other
he literally
people.
drew it on the wood like the perfect. It was Oblivion.
Wow.
It wasn't even the Kingdom Key. It was
one?
Oblivion.
Dang.
And my dad was like, "Okay, here." So I'll draw it out, and then he colored it all black, like all the wood was completely black.
Like he painted
then
it?
he put all the details in, and then he cut it out, and he was like, "Here you go."
Nice.
Yeah. My neighbor then broke it a week after, swinging it at a tree.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, sorry, I thought it would last," and I was like, "Bruh."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember. No, my brother made a Buster Blade out of duct tape, like everyone else did in their budget anime days. But like
duct tape Buster Blade.
But the base,
Buster Blade.
The base was Buster Blade. It was fiberglass, because that's what my mom has from work. So it's like super heavy.
Like fiberglass.
Yeah.
Holy.
Like the stuff you put on casts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the base is fiberglass, so it's really tough but kind of light.
Yeah.
But then all that duct tape made it so heavy, like I couldn't carry it when I was like 10.
That's a real Buster sword.
Yeah, it was such a pain in the ass, and like almost broke our window.
That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't deny Naruto running.
He totally Naruto runs.
Girl, I've been Naruto running out the womb.
Since you found Naruto.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ever since Naruto found me? Just like Jesus.
Did you find Jesus, or did Jesus find you? Or was it Naruto?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you would call your anime origins?
I think
just
Naruto
like
is
being
officially... but I mean, it's on our picture here for today's special. Detective Conan. I have a soft spot for it because I watched it with Chinese dub as a kid. Like, I didn't know it was originally Japanese, but my parents somehow got a Chinese, third party, a ripoff of Detective Conan, and it took me a long time to figure out that it was an anime. And also that I can't listen to the Japanese voices anymore. Mm-hmm. I tried watching the new movies, which are actually pretty good, and it hurt. Like, I felt cringy inside. Mm-hmm. I was like, it's not the same. And I was like, oh, I'm watching it in a different language now. But it's been going on still ever since I was a kid. So, yeah. I watched it a lot as a kid. My Chinese got hella good.
I actually just remembered something super early in my life. My parents watched anime.
Oh, yeah. You mentioned that before.
Yeah. Growing up in the Philippines, the Philippines gets its TV directly from Japan and just dubs it over. So they had Mazinger Z.
I have no idea what you just said.
Mazinger Z.
Bless you.
Mazinger
yes,
Z.
What is it?
It's a mecha. My dad
you
can
hate
sing.
mecha.
I know, but my dad can sing the whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I first talked about Naruto, when I was watching Naruto, my dad would look at it and be like, "It's not like Mazinger Z," and I'd be like, "What's that?" And then he would sing the opening, and then he'd be like, "That's Mazinger Z," and I was like, "Okay."
And I'd be like, "I'm bored. I'm back to."
Yeah, I was like, "Sounds lame, Dad."
Yeah. Sure, Dad. Whatever you say. Mm-hmm.
You're not winning, Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Both my parents actually liked it, or they knew what anime was. And every time I reference almost any anime or watch anime on TV, my mom asks, "Is that Naruto?"
Yeah.
Like what were we watching?
No, she asked. I think we were watching SAO, and she said, "Is that Pokemon?"
Yeah, oh yeah. We were watching
She's
Sword
like,
Art
"You watching
Online.
Pokemon?"
We were watching Sword Art Online, and she was like, "Are you watching Pokemon?"
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "Yeah."
Kudos for trying.
Bika.
Vega. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Actually, talking about like another anime origins like story, I guess.
Mhm.
I took a huge break from all anime in the middle of in middle school.
Okay, middle.
So 6th grade, Naruto ended on Toonami,
Mm-hmm.
and then I was like, cool. One Piece went away because I think Toonami died.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
For a little bit,
they
yeah.
stopped doing Toonami.
Mhm.
So, I couldn't finish One Piece. I was like, cool. I only watched like 20 episodes anyway. Naruto got through it, all of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I didn't watch Dragon Ball. There was Mar, and there was another one. There was like Prince of Tennis as well.
Oh my god, Prince of Tennis was my shit as a kid.
Oh God.
And I kind of regret that.
Yeah. But basically, when Toonami ended, I stopped watching all anime and I just played video games. This was when like Modern Warfare 2 came out, and I had a PS3 because I was able to skip a grade. So my dad was like, "I'll buy you a PS3."
I see. You went into full gamer
I became a
mode.
full gamer mode, full gamer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I stopped watching any anime, and then like in my first year of high school or so, I remember like being like, "Huh, what happened after Naruto?" Because they don't like it doesn't end there. He leaves the village, and then it's like, "We'll be back,"
Mm-hmm.
and that was the end. Plus some filler that even like as a kid I knew was a filler. So I looked up Shippuden and I was like, whoa, there's more Naruto. Yeah, so I started watching it, and then that's when it was over. It was like, oh shit.
Like anime let you go once, but now it's like holding on to you tightly.
Yeah.
It's like, you can't leave now.
Yeah. The first time it was just like a little like
A little
pat on the
trial.
head. The next time, it was like
You had a
van
little
pulling up with
trial
candy.
run.
Yeah.
And now it's like, you must subscribe. Now, can I leave? No.
Yes.
Nah.
And then
Mm-hmm.
after Shippuden, I was like, well, Naruto was a great anime, whatever that is. And then I was like, is there more of this stuff? Yeah. And then I found Mirai Nikki, which I watched on Kiss Anime. Rest in peace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Then Mirai Nikki was like, I was like, dang, anime can like not just be fighting and all the time. It can be like talking and shit.
Mm.
Yeah. And then Sword Art Online came out, and I was like, damn, anime can be
A lot of shit.
a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Then I just watched a bunch of like the usual anime for like that time. What was that, like 2014, 2013?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just watched basically anything that any weeb would have watched at that point. The start of Oragairu actually was around that time.
I see. You have a little like stop and go journey.
Yeah, but you never stopped, did you?
No, I never stopped once I discovered anime. It was over for me.
What'd you see in middle school?
In middle school? Okay, well, Oh, Devil's a Part-Timer got me into Slice of Life. That is a good choice.
That's a good entry point into Slice of Life.
Oh, Slice of Life is really great too, though. For me, I never stopped anime. So, in 4th grade or so, I discovered Google and I started living my online life. And I always watched like anything that was on a hit in that time period. Like with like different fandoms. I don't remember what were the early websites. I don't know, Gaia Online or something. I'd find forums of anime and I'm like, what do people like?
Gaia Online?
That's probably later. I think maybe what got me into anime first was actually random clips on YouTube.
Part 1 of 3 and Espanol
yeah,
subbed.
totally. I had the fucking hardest time finding any anime.
240p.
I remember. Okay, yeah, I specifically remember Prince of Tennis. Was it Tempuri in Japanese, like online, and I somehow caught up to it. Actually, I caught up to the weeklies, and I would also find like part 1, and then no part 2 and then part 3 in Spanish, and I was like, shit. So it took
Shit, I better learn Spanish.
and I did not, unfortunately. I should have learned Spanish. But yeah, so Prince of Tennis. I got into Soul Eater then. Soul Eater, Death Note, D Gray Man, Hitman Reborn, Katekyo Hitman Reborn.
God, those are such middle school shows.
That's when it came out, though. It was big at that time. So I got into all of these back then, and they were popular then, which when you look back on it now, I'm like, oh man, that kind of gives me cringe. It hurts. But
don't deny
it's nostalgic.
your
It's
birth.
fun. There's a lot I can talk shit about when I look back on it now, but in like a place in my heart, there's still a soft spot for all these like jokes I made up with my friends. Like even my friends that weren't like weebs, but we got into Prince of Tennis together, and that's a huge fandom in Japan. And we got special like videos on YouTube that people subbed about like the stage plays, which was just a musical, and we memorized all the songs or catchphrase games. It was good. Toonami or
CNX, as it was originally called, got me into anime. Outlaw Star, Tenchi Muyo, Zoids.
I have heard of them, but I actually haven't seen those.
Yep.
There's a guy in Toonami, is his name Tom or something?
Yeah, the robot that was like, welcome to Toonami.
Yeah,
hang
he's
out
sitting in
and,
that spaceship and
yeah,
stuff.
pull up a chair and let me tell you a tale.
Yeah, I really liked him. He was
Strums
cool.
on guitar in front of a campfire. Never mind, this is the wrong Toonami.
Wrong Toonami. But yeah, no, those were, I think, some of the early anime and mangas I got into. I did not understand Soul Eater when I was reading it in middle school. It did not make sense. But it was good. Yeah, Toonami made a generation of weebs. I agree. I did make a short poll on Twitter for what got people into anime. If it was like your friends recommended something, Toonami. More recently, I guess like Netflix and Hulu, or some other choices. But most people voted for Toonami.
Yeah.
Or I guess CNX. Yeah, it's kind of when it started getting bigger.
Yeah.
So speaking of that,
I feel like people always talk about Toonami. Where's the other channels? You know,
like what?
Kids WB.
I barely remember them.
What? Kids WB.
What else did they make?
Kids WB.
Like what?
Challenge Showdown.
Okay, I guess.
Sonic X.
Mm-mm.
What?
I don't-
Jackie Chan Adventures.
Okay, that one we always talk about. Jet Tricks. Sonic X was a banger. All right.
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
All right, maybe I slept in.
Yeah.
What I had to do actually was I would pretend to sleep in until my parents left our room. We had a shared bedroom at that time, but there's a TV in there. So when they finally went downstairs, I could turn on the TV and watch anime or cartoons on Sunday mornings.
I was the one first up, so I could watch it.
There's no way because my family was right there. So I was like, dang it. And then I had Chinese school on Saturdays, so no anime on those days, which really sucked.
That's rough.
Yeah, it was rough. All right, but I have some random notes here for ideas. 4Kids. What do you think about 4Kids?
4Kids dubs.
Because it used to be like pretty much all the ones I saw first as a kid were dubbed in English.
Yeah, same.
Or Chinese rip-off dub, but that's different.
Same. Yeah. I mean, what can you say? 4Kids, it gets the job done, you know? It brings you, it introduces you to anime.
Into anime.
And then you always go to the Japanese version after, you know?
After.
Yeah.
Because it's so bad.
Yeah.
Why did they have to localize it so terribly?
I don't know.
I got up at 6 a.m. for Pokemon. That's true dedication right there. Actually, I used to have the VHS tapes, some of it, because my brother convinced my parents to buy it.
Yeah.
And Digimon. That's how I know Digimon. But, yeah, no, I'm sorry that you couldn't watch Pokemon and only have 2 episodes on VHS.
It's okay. It's okay. I was liberated shortly thereafter. By
what?
Toonami.
By Toonami.
Yeah, by TV. By figuring out that
it was
showed
on TV.
up on TV somewhere. Yeah.
All right. Well, do you think there are subs or dubs that you liked from like shows back then? So 4Kids was in English, and then we went into, most people watch Japanese one now. We kind of always watch the subtitled versions.
Yeah. I wouldn't really say I watch any dubs currently, but I mean, as a kid, it was fine. You know,
Yeah,
Naruto's voicing for dub is pretty good.
pretty good. What are
One
any...
Piece is pretty trash, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, no, One Piece is pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. Were there any other series that you liked the dub for?
No comment.
No comment.
No.
You didn't watch any?
In dub, God,
None.
I don't know. I guess early on, I just realized like dub is gross.
Damn. I mean, that's fair. Yeah. I mean, I think there was a while when I switched to sub, and then when I clicked on Darker Than Black on YouTube, I was trying to find it. It actually showed up as dub, but I realized this one's not bad, actually. It's pretty good. And I watched a couple episodes of that one in English dub. You haven't seen that series yet, huh?
Blacker Than Dark?
No. Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I don't know that one.
Oh, Dragon Ball Z. That is a big one. You're right.
A big dub. Yeah, because the Japanese sounds terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least Goku's voice is terrible.
I do remember it in English only.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
But all I really remember are like the fighting sound effects and screams. So there wasn't a lot to begin with for me.
What do you mean? The screaming, like...
All I remember from Dragon Ball Z as like a kid, because I haven't watched it since I, passed like elementary school. All I remember is like, huh, ha, Kamehameha.
Kamehameha.
Kamehameha. I'm not a
Fake
Dragon Ball
fan.
I am not a Dragon Ball Z fan.
DBZ people are fake fans of anime.
What?
So you're a fake fan of a fake fan.
Dang, that hits me somewhere, like in my soul. That hurts.
Good. It should.
All right.
Do you even know what Kamehameha means?
It's his soul attack, isn't it? Where he shoots a beam.
Yeah, but the word is like turtle wave.
I guess because it means turtle in the beginning.
It's like turtle energy wave.
Oh, Master Roshi is a turtle. That's fair.
You're a turtle.
I'm not a turtle. You're a turtle.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, what about that dubs that you hate? You talked about the Persona 5 dub before.
Freaking hate the Persona 5 dub. Just the way that they pronounce names or like keep weird stuff about like I feel like they didn't make good choices like localizing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like keeping like San and like keeping like Kun, it's okay, but like the dub just slaughters it. Like, their friend their friend that manages the Persona 5, like the Phantom Thieves website. That guy's name is like Sakamoto or something, right? But like in the dub, they're like Sakamoto.
That was Mishima.
Maybe that's his first name.
Oh, okay.
I think it's Mishima Sakamoto. But they were talking about a character, and they were like, "What do you think Sakamoto-kun is doing?" And it's like, "Oh, God, Sakamoto."
Yeah, it does seem a little.
Let me just make sure.
There's some choices they have to make when translating, of course. And
Ryuji. It's Ryuji, not that guy. For some reason
I was right. His name is Mishima though. Mishima Yuki.
I feel like they were like Mishima, and then it was
probably.
like Mishima.
But like that's the thing they have to do in all anime and manga as well, is like how they're going to translate it, which is why I kind of did like fan translations sometimes. It gives you more like into it, I don't really like it when it's just like instead of going with like the family name and then the honorific, they just go with like the Western way of doing it, just their first name, and you kind of miss a bit of like what kind of respect or like age gap or things like that with each other. I think it's a nice cultural touch, but
I disagree.
You don't?
Respectfully disagree.
What? Okay, why?
For people that don't like understand that culture, it's just lost.
Well, that's the point. It's
lost
supposed to learn about it.
I guess vaguely, but
I mean, it's pretty. I think they
it's
have
a localization
page in the beginning.
It's a localization. It should be to our best understanding. The people it's being translated to our best understanding. Like it's in a lot of situations, it's fine to go with what the Japanese version does, but I feel like it goes against the idea of localization itself to maintain things that just make it weird for people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, personally, I don't really like that as much, but you notice this in different translation companies or localization companies, right? Some of them do keep it, and then some of them don't, and it could depend by series as well.
Keikaku.
We don't talk about that. That one's an anime specific only. But I do like ones that do keep the honorifics and stuff like that. I think it's a good touch, and it's a way of demonstrating more cultural stuff. And I like that stuff. So, Well, what about anime then, when we began, and anime now? Any big thoughts about it?
No.
No?
I mean, what can you really say? Like, yeah, I have a touch of nostalgia for the old stuff. Like what we started with. Like, I will always think original Pokemon is like amazing. Even though it's like probably not.
Seems a lot easier to get a sequel now. Yeah, I think so. No Game, No Life. We got a movie.
Ooh, a terrible movie.
Oh, it's okay. I didn't watch it.
Why did people like that movie?
But like, I guess what I'm trying to talk about is like the industry or changes in it. Like, yeah, it seems like anime, at least here, is a lot more mainstream now. But all the anime, like, I see, like, when I discover there's anime seasons and I can figure out what's coming out next, it kind of just seems like, wow, there's a lot of not so great anime coming out more and more often now.
What do you mean right now?
Not now, but like over time, I guess. I think it's just because I didn't realize it before.
Well,
but there could be like industry changes, right? Like the number of animes that get made.
No, actually, we talked about this a couple episodes ago, that there was a paper about Evangelion, like a scholarly paper.
Yeah.
And its theory is that after Evangelion introduced enough elements to make like to make a reproducible story or with reproducible characters, that's all that anime do these days, is they take aspects of characters and they just recombine them into a new product and then ship it out, because they know it's going to work. You know, the tsundere is going to work. Just keep pushing different versions, change the hairstyle, and, you know, change the situation just slightly, and it'll seem like you've got something new, but what you really have is just the same thing that you started with, packaged differently. Yeah. So, you know, it's not a surprise that like anime these days are starting to look really like similar. Like, you remember when we looked at the new season? Yeah, like last episode? So many shows just looked the same, and they were right next to each other in like the block like that was going to come out. It was like, oh, this guy is a high schooler, it's a magic high school, and then in the next one it was like, oh, there's a war going on, and this guy's a teenager and he has really high magic power. And then the third one was like, oh, this guy plays a video game and somehow through some exploit he's a high schooler with like a lot of power. Yeah, so, you know, they're just machine gunning, like, or it's like cookie cutters, you know.
Yeah, rehashing the same plot.
Yeah, people will keep buying it, you know. People will keep wanting the same thing in a different shell, and they won't even notice that it's any more the same the next year.
I mean, I think people will notice, and, you know, like, there's different trends and things in popularity over time, right? Like, now it's the isekai genre is big, and hopefully will change sooner or later. But I think before that, there were other genres or like themes that were really big. There was 1 year or two when anything Alice in Wonderland was huge. Like, everything I saw was about Alice in Wonderland and stuff. Or, you know, like a rehashing of it with the checkerboard and the girl in the blue dress and stuff like that. Or like the same kind of plot, and that repeated for quite a while too. That does change, but
I don't even I don't think it's has anything to do with like it just being part of the times, like the isekai generation.
No, I don't think so.
I think it's like inevitable when you're making a product and you want to, you know, control as much profit as you can.
Yeah.
You're going to make things as close as possible to what people will always buy.
Right.
So that's why it's becoming the same. It's just like commercialization. It's
Yeah.
It's not really that something is becoming extremely popular and then everybody copies it at
And
once.
do you
It's just
think-
everything over time is coalescing.
Yeah, no, I totally understand. But do you think like when we first started watching anime, it was already like that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that paper source is Evangelion, but you can see it in like Naruto and One Piece and, you know,
Yeah.
like things like it can be simple things that will be permanent, you know, protagonist likes to eat a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
No, I like
that's
the tropes.
heavy.
Yeah. But like, is it just like now because it's a lot more mainstream or accessible? It's easy to get like anime illegally or legally. That like we just see a lot more of this stuff versus back then it was just like the really popular ones that got chosen to be localized.
I think it's a product of time.
Mhm.
Not really like availability, but over time it's like refining. It's a process of like refining what we deem like, what do you call it, like consumable, like something easy to consume.
Mhm.
Like romances, like now it's always going to be like several girls and one will be chosen, well, most of the time.
Mhm.
Of course there's breakouts, but like it's formulaic for a reason.
Mhm.
And you know, the formula gets better over time. People make mistakes, then you don't do that mistake anymore.
Right.
Yeah. Then now that's why it just looks like mushy crap, like altogether. You know, like Rent a Girlfriend. Jesus. Everything I've said about right now can be applied to like Rent a Girlfriend. Like they definitely just condensed the number, like they just swapped like hair colors and they recombined things to draw these characters, and then they gave them like the personality to like just plug in. You know, oh, we have the tsundere, oh, we have the blah 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 blah, and you know, it ends up coming off as unique, but it's clearly not original in any way. You can relate any of the characters in Rent a Girlfriend to almost any character in any like harem show, like in the last 5 years, like Nisakoi. You could probably do a 1-to-1 of like who's supposed to be who.
Right. Yeah. There's always like, especially like in We Never Learn too.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, even my favorite romance, Amagami, like you can do that.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just plug in, you know.
Well, like very tropey. Yeah. This character's that specific type and stuff like that.
I don't know. I even think like using the word tropey isn't quite right either. Like,
isn't there like
trope,
a like character type or something? There's a word for
trope
it.
makes it seem like it's a singular thing, like by itself. Like, you know, you've captured one specific thing and it's just repeated all over.
I mean,
like,
isn't that what it is? Like a tsundere?
Yeah,
is
but
repeated over and over.
But this is bigger than like a single thing. Like one, oh, the tsundere is in this. Like it's like the process is like now. Yeah, it doesn't even like feel like a trope. It just what do we call it? It's just part of the formula where you put tropes in, and that's just becoming samey and samey. You know, like each girl cliche. Yeah, it's a little cliche. It's like cliche, but in a very sweeping sense. Like I feel like those words don't capture like that. The entire thing is becoming formulaic.
I guess, yeah. I would still say like cliche and trope work for characters. There's a word for it.
I mean, like characters and moments and stuff.
No, it's like like this type or something. They have a name for it in like general like fandom. But
fan fandom.
I don't know. I repeated that. But yeah, I think there's that issue. I don't know if that's gonna end up continuing. Probably will, unless the animation industry decides to change it up a bit. But it's pretty. I
mean, damn. I hope so. Like, there's a few shows that I feel like aren't trying to do that. Like, I don't know. Carol and Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like those characters, I feel like they don't really like you can't find their origins that well, like among other anime characters.
No, yeah.
Like Carol and Tuesday are like very
themselves.
close. Yeah, they're very themselves. They're very close to actually, like, having a personality that's unique in some way, or not so blah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as easy to predict everything they're gonna do.
Exactly. Yeah. They have viewpoints. They have problems that they don't solve the exact same way as like other characters would. Yeah. Like the tsundere will always solve something by calling them a baka.
It's not really solving. It's just a way to get out of something.
Yeah, but their actions are becoming the same too.
Yeah, I guess so. Although I do remember, I'm not sure if I'm correct, but when I was watching Prince of Tennis as a kid, I remember the episodes being like 26 minutes to half an hour, because I would be looking for all the parts, right? And I'm looking for the parts on YouTube. I need them to line up at the correct time so I don't miss a moment. And I remember being longer than it is now. Now it's like 20 minutes for an episode. Like if you take away the ending, the opening. But I remember being a lot longer back when I watched it before. I don't know if that's actually true though. If I just like don't remember it correctly. Or if I'm just including the ending and opening. Oh, that was also a big thing too, was not knowing there were endings and openings when I watched them dub on TV.
Why? Wait, what? What do you mean?
I didn't know, like I mentioned in the previous episodes, that openings are like a thing. Like every anime has it, and every season gets a new opening. As a kid, I didn't know about that, and I got really excited when I found out.
Wait, how did you miss the openings for the dubs?
They didn't have openings, because openings are commercial breaks.
On TV?
Yeah. Weren't they?
Oh, what about like 4Kids openings? What about like the One Piece dub opening that I always sing?
I don't know the One Piece dub opening. That's what I was saying. I don't remember.
Why didn't you watch it?
I don't know. I didn't watch One Piece.
Well, then
on
you
TV.
just didn't watch the opening.
Did they always have the openings?
They always had the openings on Toonami. Yeah, on Kids WB. Yeah. What the hell were you watching?
I don't think I saw openings, or maybe
Lean anime.
Maybe it was just on YouTube and stuff. People took it all out.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I never noticed for like a couple years.
I mean, they might take it off YouTube, but if you had seen any show, I mean, Pokemon had an opening.
I really don't remember watching it on TV.
Yeah, you just didn't watch it.
Like on VHS. Yeah, sure. But like, I didn't know about openings for a while until I watched like Japanese ones weekly and stuff like that.
How do you miss the Pokemon opening? Exactly. Pokemon got me used to new openings every season.
What?
Yeah. They had it. No, you're crazy.
All right, fine.
Yeah, definitely the anime had openings.
Fine. Oh, but I just remembered. You're going to hate this, but I found out about a lot of new anime every season by watching AMVs on YouTube.
Ew.
Or Dailymotion.
Ew.
Or Vimeo now.
Vimeo?
Mm-hmm.
Ew. Pokemon Orange Island opening is the low-key best. That's pretty good.
Don't remember it.
Me either, but let's pretend like we know.
Sure. No, but
I think it's the one where it's like, we all live in a Pokemon world.
That's for the movie.
Is that from the movie?
Well, I remember them playing it for the movie.
I want to be the greatest master of them all.
That's the one? Okay.
That's the one. Got him.
Yeah, I do like that one. I remember there's a dance with it because my family had the CD, the DVD, or the VHS for it. There's like a dance with a whole group of people with that song.
That sucks.
Like on a stage too. Mm-hmm. No, but I would watch AMVs, and that's how I would be able to find like what are people watching now or what's popular, because they had to watch it to make it. And so I got really into AMVs, and I'd get into new series that way.
AMVs.
As like YouTube evolved into what it is now, yeah.
Nah, never touched the AMV community.
All right, what about abridges then? I never watched.
Actually, I was never into abridged stuff myself.
Yeah, I haven't either. But
I know everybody stands the Yu-Gi-Oh one.
Mm-hmm. At Little Karibo.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
it has some solid lines.
Probably had to sort through hundreds of Naruto and Bleach AMVs to find anything.
Oh, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, but especially now, I think it's harder now because there's copyright issues.
Oh yeah, all that trap music, man.
Yeah.
You gotta wade through all the Naruto trap music.
No, you gotta get through the Naruto X Hinata slideshow AMV to
Fucking love that one.
Cascada.
I love that one.
Or the...
Cause every time we touch, I get this feeling. It's always in 240p, so it's like...
And it's just a little slideshow of like official art / fan art, you know?
Oh yeah.
And or the fake chat rooms.
We don't talk about those. Okay, if anybody knows what we're talking about, like on YouTube, there were like fake chat rooms about like with like Naruto characters and written by like somebody.
Right, so people would role play, or just like
no, it'd be one guy role playing all of them.
Or
he'd be writing a script.
Well, later on, a couple years later, people would role play the characters. You know, you still see it now on Facebook and YouTube. Someone's like Hinata, Hyuga,
I know,
and then they,
on the YouTube comments section and like Facebook comments
but
or
like
whatever.
someone would make a fake like music video pretending to be all these characters on like Facebook or something.
OG fan fiction.
Oh hell yeah! Oh man,
damn right. They would put emojis in there.
Fan fiction. I read fan fiction back when I was in 5th grade. Yeah, that was when I first started reading fan fiction.
You depraved soul, you.
You're right. That was when I had my realization of like, what was it? It was a Sasuke x Naruto fanfic. And I was like, yeah, of course they would go together. Duh, Naruto's always talking about Sasuke. And I was like, of course, gay rights, go for it. I never crossed my mind that people wouldn't agree until I got older, and I was like, what? Mm-hmm. Yeah,
nobody would ever agree to that.
Mm-hmm. Fanfiction was a completely new world for me back then. And I can have switched onto archive of my own. Thank you, fanfiction.net. You were a blessing in those times.
You know, we had an entire unit in my anime film class about fan fiction.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like how unique fan fiction is, like, to the world.
Someone literally writes like a whole book for free for you, and I just read it. And I'm like, they do this for fun?
Yeah,
for free?
That was the basis of the paper.
I get to cry and laugh about their story. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Like, basically, the basis of the paper is that like never before in history had like something is work done purely for enjoyment. Yeah. Like, fan fiction is one of the first like communities that build its community through a love of like work. Yeah. And like it has like no negatives, and it has no industry behind it that's paying for stuff or like giving like monetary worth in fan fiction.
That's
so it's
true.
like really unique in terms of being like a content production
There's
site.
also like not its own language, but its own like abbreviations for your fan fiction and fandom that like
Narusasu.
No, but like even more like hidden than that.
Hoenn
like,
shipping.
Sure, but just like there's like acronyms. That,
Lemon.
Like, yeah, lemon and limes, dark times. I heard back in LiveJournal before fanfiction.net and other media pages, like people would have to like there wasn't like an easy Google search option. And you really had to search hard and then download it physically instead of reading it in your browser, like bookmarking it. That's what I've heard from people who are like older generations, and they're like, you'll never understand the pain we had to go through just to find this one ship and read about it. I don't know. I think it's kind of amazing how far it's gone. And that some people even get published from fanfiction for good or bad, usually bad, like Twilight.
Twilight.
Twilight was a fan fiction.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But yeah. Oh, the quality. There's some crossover fanfic manga. Okay, I have to say, I fucking hate Harry Potter crossovers now. Every time, okay, so there's always a choice to search like the most kudo, the most liked, or the most bookmarked fanfiction. And there was a period of time when the top 3 were always like Harry Potter / Naruto / One Piece / Bleach fanfiction. It's like if Naruto was reincarnated as Ichigo Kurosaki, who then became reincarnated as Luffy, who became Harry Potter. I'm like, what are you talking about? How does this make sense? And it'd always be the number one on the list.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. It was so hard to get rid of that. Luckily now there's filters, but...
Would that make Iruka Hagrid?
Yeah. Why not Hermione? You skipped to Hagrid.
Iruka Sensei?
Oh, Iruka. I said Rukia. Sorry. I don't know
Iruka.
why.
Iruka
Yeah,
Sensei.
it totally be
It's
Hagrid.
Hagrid.
Yeah, no, it was... I don't know. I guess they might have been good enough to have enough people actually read it.
No.
But, like, you know. But, like, yeah, there's some really good writing on there.
Probably through metadata, just tag as many characters as possible.
That's true. People
did
used to
read-
do that.
I read like a joke fan fiction about that recently.
Mm-hmm.
It was like literally introducing a new character every line.
Remember that? Well, there was that one that you read.
Started with
that was-
Shaggy.
Yeah, it was Shaggy. Wasn't that one really good?
It was really good.
How did they know so
It
many
ended with Kirby.
references? Yeah, but Shaggy had the Mangekyo Sharingan.
Oh yeah, Shaggy opened his eyes and activated his Mangekyo Sharingan.
It was like all popular animated characters in
Yeah.
like a Smash Brothers battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. Zoinks. Zoinks! Yeah. But yeah, I would say fanfiction and AMVs were really solid for my animation build my foundations of anime.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I have a lot of
Not
like
me.
really old favorited AMVs or like multiple editor projects. I was like, damn, Sony Vegas. Now I'm like, screw Sony Vegas. But yeah. Well, any other thoughts and comments?
Spirited Away on Cartoon Network used to scare me so much that I couldn't watch it when I was super young.
It was on Cartoon Network?
Yeah, it was just on flat out Cartoon Network and
What?
dub.
Oh, and dub.
Yeah, I was too scared. Every time she went in the tunnel, I was like, "Oh no, what's on the other side of the tunnel?" And I would switch it to safety.
I got scared, but my brother was watching it. So there was a part of our place where if you go up the stairs, there's like an area with like a little fenced off area where you can kind of see. So I would hide behind that part, and when it was scary, just hide behind the part that was covered, and then poke my head back out when it was okay. But Spirited Away, I didn't watch that until I was like 12.
Wait, is that when you were peeking away?
No, that was probably when I was like 8.
Oh,
That was 8. I saw Spirited Away a lot of times. Princess Mononoke when I was like 10 maybe.
Mononoke.
Yeah.
Mononoke.
I liked Howl's Moving Castle.
Ew. Snorefest.
I like that one. It's
I don't
good.
get it, man. There's
The
like
animation is nice in that
there's
one.
like this part in the middle that just loses me. Like I understand the plot and then it all just goes to shit. The plot just is just like, what the hell's happening? Why are people deciding to do this?
Yeah, that's
And then
true.
a bunch of stuff happens that is like,
There's, like, the
portal
war,
jumping,
portals,
there's stuff that
time
happens,
travel.
and then like the next thing I know, they're like standing in a field of flowers next to like a river by themselves, and I'm like, what the fuck happened?
I don't know. I like it. The plot might not be great, but other elements of it stand out to me more. So,
I mean, I think if you're a girl, you like, you like it more.
Why? Just because Howl is cool?
People like Howl, you know.
That's true.
You know, girls like Howl. Girls dig Howl. That's all.
Sure. It's like how in a Disney series, if you had to pick a guy, and a lot of girls would be like, the best one is the guy in 101 Dalmatians. It's just like Lupin.
Pongo?
Like no. You haven't even seen that one.
I know them from Kingdom Hearts. I only know the dog's
Oh my
name.
god. Oh my god.
Pongo.
Howl raises attack. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and it sounds like someone having an asthma attack. It's like that's the howl sound.
Sophie.
Yeah, fucking Puchienas, dude.
The fat radish god. What?
First thing I saw from Spirited Away was the fat radish god thing.
Who? What? Was there like a little radish god in the background?
I don't remember. I was too scared.
The only parts that scared me were when her parents became pigs, and then and then when the No Face went after her. Everything else was okay, even like the Haku scene.
You're damn right.
All right. Well, any last thoughts? I think that's it for today.
In the elevator, no.
The elevator.
That fat thing that protects her in the elevator. Oh. Okay. I got it.
Okay.
I remember who that is now. I was imagining, like, you know that thing from Breath of the Wild? The big guy that shakes his, like...
yeah. The one
maracas. He has maracas, and he's like, boom, shakalaka.
Existed until I played.
Yeah.
And I was like, who's this guy?
And I was like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah, I got like was it extra space to hold on to?
Yeah, you get inventory space.
Yeah, you're so pissed.
I was pissed. I went through the whole game without getting inventory space because I didn't go the path that the game told me to go to get to the
fat radish god.
What do you call it? The first
yeah.
village, the Sheikah village,
people.
the Sheikah village.
Yeah, haha. Korok.
The Korok. Yeah. What? The big Korok guy though. What the heck is his name?
Yeah.
But anyway, he shakes around, and I thought you were talking about him, and I was like, that can't be. He's not a radish per se.
He's totally a radish. All right, wait. You're talking about another movie or something?
Yeah, actually, I want to talk about like anime movies because you get into anime shows, but then movies are like I feel like a whole different area that you get into. Like excluding like Ghibli early stuff like that, Spirited Away, whatever. Spy Kids 3, Game Over. Excluding those classics. I don't know when I first watched Mind Game, that was like Mind Game is by Masaki Iwasa, and that movie is a trip, and it's like way more cinematic than like a lot of anime, like TV anime tried to be, like with its like camera angles and mise en scène and stuff like that. It's super cool. I recommend anyone to watch Mind Game if they have the time. Then you can get into like
Ping Pong?
I know. I mean, that's a show again.
Was it Devil Crybaby?
Devil Man Crybaby.
Yes, that one.
Yeah, no, those are TV shows. I'm talking about films.
All right.
You can get into Satoshi Kon stuff.
Ooh,
Satoshi Kon
is a banger.
Yeah. How many?
Paprika, Perfect Blue, Actress. Hell yeah.
Yeah, Satoshi Kon for sure.
Tokyo Godfathers.
Tokyo Godfathers is a super good one. One of the first ones I watched.
That was the first one I watched, and I don't remember it anymore because I was too young.
Yeah,
but it's good. Yeah,
it's a really good. Like remix of the biblical story.
Yeah, that one is.
Yeah,
Paprika scared me as a kid.
Paprika's super cool.
Yeah, inspiration for Inception too. If you haven't heard about it or seen it.
Yeah, but actually my favorite Satoshi Kon is Millennium Actress.
Yeah, I
no
like that
doubt.
one too.
Yeah, just super down to earth, but still has like that Satoshi Kon like imagination and wonder.
Super cool transitions. I mean, he has that in all of them, but I think Millennium Actress had really good transitions.
Yeah, for sure.
And the way the story and the acting flows together is beautiful.
Yeah. Perfect Blue. You can miss out on Perfect Blue, to be honest.
I don't really like the story for it, but it makes sense. It is a deep story.
I love the concept for it, and it later became Black Swan.
Yeah, that's true.
And Paprika later became Inception.
Stop stealing these movies.
Yeah, they're like Satoshi Kon. Nom, 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 nom.
No. Yeah. I feel like when I mentioned Satoshi Kon to people, they never remembered him.
Yeah,
in Japan.
Yeah. He's like, it's underappreciated for sure.
Yeah, and yet it's also big at the same time, but not as much as Ghibli, of course.
It's big
if you know it. Yeah, that's true. If you know it, you love it. That's about it. Yeah. He's a con artist. Ha, that's true. There was that last movie that he couldn't finish in time
because he died. It's not that he didn't do it.
That's true. Was it a car accident or something?
No, I think it was like health failure.
Oh, yeah, that's really unfortunate. He was so young too.
Yeah, like 45.
In his 40s. Yeah.
Yeah, but anime films. I was gonna say one more. What was I gonna say? God.
Movies. Satoshi Kon,
and then I was gonna talk
Your Name.
Hell no, I'm not gonna talk about Your Name. Okay, well, people have just talked about it enough. 5 centimeters per second is personally my favorite.
I still have not watched it. Although
watch it?
I watched enough AMVs with it that I understand the plot and what happens.
No.
Actually,
No,
isn't Your Name just kind of like a rehash of that?
I've told you this many times. All of his movies are just rehashes of his old movies.
I mean, I know they are, but like it was even more obvious.
He builds almost nothing on his old works. It just is rehashed.
Silent Voice is a fun time. Ooh.
Eh.
Oh yeah, I asked you about it before because I haven't seen A Silent Voice. It was like it came out around the same time, and like they kind of had a little competition of like
it's like
which one do you like more?
It's the hipster pick. I feel it's just hip. I not that I don't like the movie, but it's definitely like the one that people pick because they think it's
different.
Yeah.
Your Name kind of got a lot more mainstream, and I feel like it kind of pulls in the new anime fans without like really being like completely anime.
Yeah. Plus, people who haven't read the manga and just watched the movie, like, you're missing out on a lot of backstory. Like, I'm talking down the movie as someone who read the entire manga, and it just doesn't hit right. Girl Who Leapt Through Time, that's on my list as well.
I haven't seen
that
it
I've watched.
Still.
Yeah, it's really good. Classic.
Oh, didn't you love The Garden of Words?
Yeah, Garden of Words is super good.
Yeah, I watched it with you recently. It was a lot shorter than I expected.
Yeah, it's like 40 minutes, but it's nice and sweet and very, very well animated. I would say it might be the one that's the least formulaic of his movies, because if you go from like 5 centimeters per second, Voices of a Distant Star, and Kimi no Na wa, they're almost one for one doing the same stuff. Oh, and also The Place Promised in Our Early Days.
Are you not counting like the new one too?
I'm not counting the new one. I didn't watch it, so I can't really say anything about it.
It looks like it's about the same, but yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Yeah, but
The Garden of Words is a different story.
Garden of Words is short,
not focusing
and sweet,
on the same kind of characters.
Yeah, even starting from Voices of a Distant Star in like 1999, like you know the Kimi no Na wa like lens flare where like the sun is really fucking bright, in the background, and like it shows like two silhouettes,
like, bright stuff.
That started in Voices of a Distant Star, and that happened in The Place Promised in Our Early Days, and that happened in 5 centimeters per second. It just wasn't cool, like the big lens flare sun thing, until Kimi no Na wa for some reason.
Because was it Radwimps who sang for them? Unfortunately,
that's Radwimps on banjo.
Unfortunately, the Radwimps guy is a eugenicist.
Yeah. Keep it out of this.
I guess, but it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't watch enough movies to really talk about them. I guess.
Shinkai. You haven't seen enough of the Shinkai films?
No, I've only seen 2.
I can sing all the songs that he's featured.
Who? And
Makoto Shinkai. I can sing almost every single one except for Kimi no Na wa, the new one.
Well, it's because they have a lot. But yeah, I don't know. Is it worthwhile to watch all of them?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I mean, if they're all kind of one for one, it kind of seems pointless to
Voices
watch.
of a Distant Star is like extremely ambitious, and I think it's worth a watch. It's not very, I wouldn't say it's like perfect in any way. It's his first one, and he did it all himself. Animation. He did all of the production. He did everything.
Dang.
Yeah.
Is that like his early?
That's his solo project, is Voices of a Distant Star.
Like his first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how he broke out.
I see.
And that was dope. 5 centimeters per second, I personally, of the ones that are pretty much copies of each other, it's my favorite. Kimi no Na wa kind of loses me in the middle. I really like the beginning and the idea, but the middle part where she's saving her city or whatever,
she had too many like times, like too many moments when I thought they were gonna end it, but then it just continued and kind of pulled the same trick over and over and over halfway through the movie.
Yeah.
I was like, just get to it already.
Yeah, and I feel there's a lot of unused elements in Kimi no Na wa. Like, I wanted to learn more about like his coworkers at the restaurant or like her friends. But no, we got more of like, I have boobs and I'm a guy. No.
Yeah. Stupid stuff. Like not very much substance, I guess.
Yeah, not so meaty.
More playing on like soft small things.
Yep. Anything else about anime origins before we wrap up?
No, I think that's about it. Can't think of anything else. Anything else from people?
Yeah, we might have missed something important.
Like?
Girl, I don't know. Yu-Gi-Oh?
The Yu-Gi-Oh movie that I haven't seen yet.
Yes.
I have boobs and I'm a guy.
I have boobs and I'm a guy.
How many animes have done that, I wonder? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, well, time for our outro.
Yeah, I guess that about does it. Thank you for joining us for this episode of Kohi Beans. We talked about our origins in anime. Yes.
And anime then and now, how people can get into anime, what you should watch, little essentials about anime too.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks for interacting with us, chat. We really enjoyed reading your comments as we talked.
Mm-hmm.
Our next episode is going to be on Tuesday, 8 p.m. Same place, Twitch. If you need notifications or anything like that, you can give us a follow. You can also hit up our social media in order of importance: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and whatever else we have.
Please look at the link in our About profile. Yeah, so we'll see you next week. And if you guys have any ideas and comments, feel free to shoot us a message on our social media.
We should probably pick next week's topic as well.
All right. Topic.
Here, let me pull up the main topics list.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, maybe we should pick a medium roast.
Ooh, medium level. Okay. Why is one of our medium roasts Yu-Gi-Oh hairstyles tier list?
That was just a joke, but we can do that. Mm-hmm. We can give a Yu-Gi-Oh hairstyles tier list.
That is true. All right, but what are you thinking about?
How about, let's see.
Some of them we've kind of touched upon.
How about the Deres?
The Deres?
Yeah.
All right. Next week's main topic, will be about the Deres in anime. And if you don't already know, there's a lot of Deres. The classic one being the Tsundere, the Kudere, the Yandere. There's a lot of them. I didn't know that there were so many ones, but now there's like an endless amount. So let's talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll talk about it on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. Tell us your favorite Dere and who's your best character example of that Dere.
Yep. And you can watch a replay of this episode on YouTube when I upload it later.
All right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in. See you guys later.
Peace.